my armpits stink later on today, man. I'm gonna be pissed, cause, and I can already see it happening. I lost my deodorant today. It's probably yesterday that was cleaning the house. So that fucking sucks, cause I know as soon as I start to stink, at the end of the day, people are gonna be like, yo, you can't be in here all day stinking. You're gonna make the house smell like you all day. But meanwhile, someone threw my deodorant in the trash. Actually, I don't know where my deodorant is. This is why I should have never kept that shit in the bedroom. I should have done what I usually do, leave it with... Well, I should have never kept it in the bathroom. I should have left it in the bedroom with me, which is what I usually do, because if it becomes a thing of the household, well, now I gotta deal with that. Okay, let me get a second thing going on. I was reading this Blogspot article on Xenosaga, and I thought it was one of the coldest things I've read in a long time. Just like the development of it and why it didn't go so well. Super hard. I liked it a lot. Now that the Klaus arc in Xenoblade is done, I really hope we can get some more Xenogears type stuff. Or even Xenosaga as well, because I fucking love that shit, man. I was getting into that. Ooh, man, that was good. I mean, the thing about Xenosaga is that Xenosaga was one of the first series that really got me into these type of dark stories. With like heavy religious and philosophical themes and things of that nature. It also really upped my weeb levels. I mean, back in the day, there would have been no difference between American cartoon, Japanese. It's all entertainment. Same with the video games and things like that, like JRPGs, other type of video games. Like it's all just good and fun. But when Xenosaga really had me on that chokehold, at that point it was like, this is what I want. Like, I played Xenosaga 2 in 2005, came back from surgery, Naruto came out, and Bo. And from then on out, man, I was just like, this is the type of stuff I want to have on me. This is my standard. Like, I've seen Xenoblade Chronicles X, Xenoblade 1 and 2. I saw Ramen King stream Xenoblade 3 a little bit, but when it comes down to it, man, those joints just do not hit. Olu did a good Xenoblade marathon, by the way. But they don't hit. They're not that good, man. I'm not saying they... It's just that, you know, what I look for isn't there. It's there in Xenosaga, it's there in Xenogears. But not this shit. Like, I talk about how this series is at its best when it focuses on some of the more subdued, character-driven stuff. Xenosaga, Xenogears can do, like, crazy pretty well. It can do, like, exciting Kino. especially with all that lore that they have. Characters with these deep, dark, adult backstories that can disturb you a little, like Sharenkov, Albedo. Even, what's his face? Wahim Mizrahi, who's Margulis? That motherfucker. Like, I really yearn for a Xenosaga HD remaster. Back in the day, I used to say that, like, I would have taken a Xenosaga HD remaster and ranked it above Final Fantasy VII Remake, since Remake was always something that I was like hotly anticipating, but Xenosaga HD would have kind of overtaken that. No contest, man. That's just how much I love the Xenosaga series and how much I want to get into that shit. Get reacquainted with it. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. I saw the Boruto chapter. A couple things I really like about it. There were some good feat shots of not just Ada, but fucking Delta. Good ass feat shots. It's interesting to see Naruto kind of trying to deal with all this shit going over his head with Shin Jutsu fucking, what's his name? Let me look it up, but Shigai, whatever. Shibai Otsutsuki. That motherfucker, the Otsutsuki god himself, the new one, is really interesting, because I used to think that Otsutsuki god was just like a theoretical goal that they were trying to achieve. That's kind of the headcanon everyone had, that there wasn't like an actual Otsutsuki god, but apparently there's a new one, so that means that there must be an old one somewhere. But he left his body behind, and that's what was used to give power to Damon and Ada. And I think that's fucking awesome. That's like some really cool lore, because it would make sense for them to have essentially the Kekkei Genkai or Mora of one of those guys, because the whole concept comes from like the Koga Ninja Scrolls thing anyway. So it just being like something that's like technologically created doesn't make too much sense. Okay. Okay, so I think I overdid it with her, but I wonder what the upgrades even do. So I got her maxed out. He's almost done. Let's see. Alright, there you go. At some point I gotta update my setup. I mean, I just think it's kind of boss on this idea that these guys just leave their bodies hanging around. It reminds me of that Pro Jared thing he did with the Bouncer review, where he just like flopped over dead like a Family Guy character when knocked out. Why didn't I get my MP back when I rested at the end? So, let's see, what do I want to take care of first? Okay, department store. Want to buy some books. You're just gonna see like some random dude's dead body hanging around. They're like, yo, what happened to him? Is he dead? Someone killed his ass? Nah, he just like ascended to a higher plane, so he just said, fuck it, I'm gonna leave this body behind. That's the most crackhead thing I've ever heard in my life. And I love it, man. I guess I'll deal with all of that. Just go to everybody's room, update these shits. What else? Harbor District. Gelato stand. Gangsta with it. Alright. Like, that's the type of shit that I want to see. Put a fucking in this room. If I ascend to like some type of theosis status, or I guess like in this case it'd be apotheosis status, like I'm just leaving my body like somewhere in the fucking street. People are gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? I don't need it anymore, that's why it's here. And you know there's gonna be another Otsutsuki god, because it was... The Chekhov's gun was the two broken murals. And we've only seen one with the horn that matches Shibai, so... That was probably the one who planted that tree to begin with. What about the other one? The one who accompanied Shibai. You think that motherfucker been turned into a deity? That's why no one ever picked up that fruit until later on? They're like, oh fuck. He planted that thing, but he ate another fruit and just ascended. Even Shibai's powers sound so crackhead-like. Like his screams just cause like thunderstorms, and when he does weird shit with his hands, it creates like tornadoes of wind. He sounds like somebody's fucking OC. That's what a lot of these new Naruto characters sound like. Like, they sound like characters that when you start to see that they'll lose the fight, they have like a new ability. Honestly, that's probably been the case since maybe like Itachi started getting the. Maybe not Itachi, but like Pain arc, like the 6 paths of pain is some like OCS ability. I don't want to play with you anymore. You keep beating my character with all these like badass moves. That's what I want, man. I want like OCS moves. That's how I know I'm gonna stay straight in case like the hood starts to like run up on me. I'm gonna get like one of these like overpowered MC techniques. It's weird because Naruto technically has like the most overpowered shit, but his was like established from the get-go. He can run and train on motherfuckers with 500 shadow clones and do all this other shit. Battles fought, so I only need about 400 more. Let me really quickly now. Yeah, my shit's set to like be heard, audiated. That's good. I was gonna say Sasori was probably like the beginning of like the badass OC. Bunch of ass pull powers in Naruto, but everything Sasori pulled out was like, okay, this kind of makes sense that because he's like a puppet master serial killer. I also kind of like how Momoshiki Otsutsuki right now is sort of acting like Sai from Hikaru no Go, which, if you're gonna remind me of any shonen, it'd be nice to remind me of that one, because that one was a banger. That was one of the best series I saw back when I was like jacked off of Twitter. I had time to enjoy that series, and it was the best thing I consumed on Crunchyroll. But you know, he's kind of like hovering around Boruto. They're hearing each other's thoughts and shit like that. Only a couple guys can kind of notice that there's something off with Boruto. Kawaki can kind of see him, but for the most part, he's like a ghost and shit like that, and that's kind of cool. Chronically ill hoes just want Gunter, man. They want that Gunter dick. Give me my fucking deodorant. Kawaki ends up slapping the shit out of himself, imagining himself slapping the shit out of Damon. And Shikamaru does not fucks with Amuro. I love that shit, man. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that motherfucker. Or check to see if his daughter actually died. Just look at her in the fucking deathbed so that you can verify if that story's correct. Ada was like, "Yep, I looked at that shit, man." What happened to that, like, politician? Okay, let me see. Into the third room. Maybe I gotta be in the side building, that's what it is. You know, I kind of like that Ada and Damon are essentially in Naruto's side, because otherwise Naruto would be too much of a hard counter for Damon. What makes Damon deadly is that he redirects, but Naruto doesn't really like fight with malice and shit like that. Like, he'll smack the shit out of you, but it fell on the floor. Okay, so that's where my deodorant went. It should be on the floor somewhere. Wait, I saw like a blonde head. Why is his name Pastel? Alright, it has to be one of these dorms. Alright, there you go, I got that. Now, it's worth noting, I don't actually think Boruto is that, bad of a series. The manga, at least. Does it compare to Naruto at all? Really, the villains aren't as interesting. The writing in general leaves a lot to be desired, but some of the interpersonal drama and mix of like lighthearted comedy with like dark shit going on reminds me of the things I like about Naruto the most, which is how it was able to toe the line between shonen and seinen. Like, it was a series that really wanted you to grow up with it. And it wanted to grow up with you in return. Like, it was meeting you halfway. Harry Potter was also kind of like that, I noticed, because it just incrementally got darker, more serious, and adult with its themes, but... No, that's the type of stuff that I pine for in general. Like, as I said before, Xenosaga is also kind of like that. But, you know, Boruto has it as well. It's just that the villains in Boruto have all been the... these motherfuckers need to be killed type guys. Like, the Orochimaru Hidan types. Like, back in the day, you would occasionally get a Gaara, a Zabuza, a Pain, an Obito, and a Madara. You don't get those types anymore. The what if they're right types? So, or what if they can be corrected in some way? But I can change him types. Because these villains are like these ancient deities that devour planets for, you know, cosmic wisdom and energy. So you really can't proselytize one of them to like go a different path in life. Like, what are you gonna do? Say, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking kill these. I'm not gonna devour planets of life anymore, eat their fruits and shit like that. Become a deity myself, ascend to a higher plane of existence. No, now that I'm so close, I've been doing this for thousands of years, I realize, I don't really care for it. It's not for me. I think I'm gonna try being a ninja instead. No, that's not happening, boo. Alright, so snow gelatos. This guy looks like he's about to come. You're the only one who can finesse this, so please finesse it. Maybe she can. I'm gonna end up with a fuck ton of ice cream, aren't I? A fuck ton of gelato. And you know, I do like how Orochimaru type villains are in Naruto. Like, people like to act like all the villains in Naruto were these like MCU Thanos type villains, but that's not really the case. Every now and then you would have a villain who's really just like a piece of shit, and the Otsutsuki, they're not pieces of shit necessarily, they're just following their nature. Okay. It took a while, but I finally did it. I was about to say, like, I'm gonna have to reload. kind of annoying. That one of my theories that the Otsutsuki were actually trying to just, recreate a new world might be shot down. Like, I was thinking that they wanted to become gods so that they could make a new world, but it seems that they just want to, like, live in the new, higher realm. And maybe their Otsutsuki king is already, like, a god who already had this stuff made. Like, he achieved enlightenment a long time ago, probably shortly after planting the seed in Earth with Shibai. So it's like, at this point it's clear that they're not concerned about the affairs of this world. This world is something they don't really like care too much for. They don't have any reason to. Like, this world is livestock to them. That said, I don't really like feel surprised that they would discard most life on here, just like not care for it in any meaningful way. Momoshiki looks down on humanity. Ishiki's polite and is willing to work with humans, but is actually like a silver-tongued psychopath who, he gonna fuck you over and get what he wants at the end of the day. So, in that regard, I'm not about Ishiki or all these other characters and how bland they are as villains, because that's really all you can do. Like, the most compelling villain that they can make at this point is Kawaki when he finally turns heel and shit like that. They had a chance with Code, because you could have just made Code out to be like this, like, victim of circumstances. They not gonna do that shit. It ain't happening, boo. It ain't happening, boo, and I'm not too sad about that, all things considered. But yeah, I need those layered, complex characters. Like, the plots are complex and they're moving along quite interestingly, but that's just the plots moving along that way. Everything else is as simple as can be, so fuck. Not much I can say about that. Crossbow Airport, Crossbow Cathedral, East Street. Okay, so she has some well, we already know she has martial arts abilities and stuff like that. Oh, if I remember, Kilika's voice actress was like super sick or something. Oh, okay. Crossbow Cathedral. Where even is the cathedral? Let me check. It might be on the north side. This is gonna be like it for the innocuous things that I'm doing. I'll move on to the main story with the quickness. I kind of like that the party music is over and done with. Like, this is the last day, everyone's kind of over the celebration side of things, and we're just kind of mentally psyching ourselves for the Schwartz auction. The city hall that I'd like to discuss. Yeah, I gotta turn this thing in at some point. Oh, I like that little grail symbol. It's interesting that Keeler is a character that they're quite familiar with. Where do I want to go to now? I guess I'll go to get this sorted. Now let me turn in my quests from yesterday. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm trying to get breaded up, baby. I was talking about grills and I got a grill locket. That's kind of crazy with it. So let me see. I got 2 things to make. 3, 6, 7. Shit is trash. I'm in the entertainment district. Gotta go here. Go to City Hall is right here. Alright. Surprised there's that room in Final Fantasy 11 in Bastock. Okay, I got a notification. If this is some fucking Instagram shit, I'm gonna be pissed. Right by the shower floor. Alright, so let me apply that deodorant. Oh, look at that. Is that a typo or is that from my screen? Let me check my phone. No, that's from my screen, because my screen got gunked up somehow. I think someone used a magnet and, like, did damage to the screen. It seems to be a recent conundrum. Okay, so this quest, I'm curious now. Okay. There's no bonus points for it. Alright, let's see. Oh, one of my favorite characters, Phantom Thief B. The picaresque motherfucker. Let me get my deodorant. I'm gonna be right back. A clue was left for us on a card. It reads, for the starting key, lift your eyes up within the city's beloved symbol to see not the time, but the darkened night sky. We may have to search the whole city. Well, the beloved symbol would probably be the bell in Central Street, so... What else did I like about that Boruto chapter? I mean, obviously there was that thing of Sumida getting the code to put fucking Delta to sleep, but that was pretty much it. I didn't really care for much other than to show that there's things that could get in Sarada's way as her and Mitsuki are keeping an eye out on Ada and Damon, and that Sumida is getting more and more trust and favor from Amuro to the point where she can actually like put her daughter to, you know, sleep. I mean, that's not really her daughter, that's a clone of her daughter. Amuro wants to make another one, and he imbued Kawaki's new karma with Ada's like DNA code, so I think if Kawaki wanted to make a clone of himself, it's not gonna work. He probably can only like make a clone of fucking Akibi and her like soul. So that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring back Akibi, her consciousness, through the karma which Kawaki possesses. So I guess if his development goes strong enough, he'll be able to pull that shit off. Hell, he might even like both of them might even surpass Damon really quickly. But yeah, if got into a fight with fucking Damon, Naruto would win, even though he's not as good with Taijutsu. Damon seems to be just like the nastiest with his hands that we've seen so far. Just because Naruto don't really be fighting with like malice or killing intent anymore. Like, and even if he smacks the shit out of you, durable enough to take a smack in the face. He's not in his like KCM 2 days where he can just like take a Chidori to a face, but he's still pretty durable because of his Uzumaki genes and shit of that nature. I mean, he's hefty. That's how he's built, so he can smack the shit out of a motherfucker and eat the smack. Just eat that shit up, man. Oh no, she's calling me. Yeah, I got the deodorant.
Okay, Daniel.
Okay.
Can you explain to them that they need to look for a and then
The cupboard near the refrigerator? Alright. I'll tell them to check thoroughly. If they even will listen to me. Alright, that was just... We might have some visitors in the form of beekeepers or exterminators coming through. Because I might have mentioned it before, but you know, we got a slight bee infestation happening in the premises. So I ain't trying to get stung. Because I don't want to develop an allergic reaction to bee stings, so I want to make sure I'm as tolerant to that shit as possible, because that shit will... Like, I remember when I was getting attacked by bees in my cousin's daughter's birthday, when she turned, let's see, 8 or something. Nah, it was a higher number than that, but what I remembered at the time was that I decided with, you know, black kid that was in the party that we're gonna stay in the crib and play video games that day because I didn't want to get zapped up. So I left it at that. Okay. Geofront to check inside. We can do that. I didn't need the guide for that, but I was about to look because I ain't. But I'm like, nope, never gonna do that because I want to use my head for this. Like Amado's motives, he just wants to, you know, be a good daddy. And those tend to be some of the villains that I like the most, like the villains who are doing terrible things with no regard, because the only regard they have for anyone is like maybe their kid, that's it. Vexen is like that type of villain. Apparently, now that I've like read from the headcanon and side material that Najee Star kind of put together on Tumblr. For next, he seek the oasis of pristine water, known only to the dazzling ones. Oasis of warm water. Alright. Ah, fuck my ear. I felt like a prick sensation. But not like a penis. But like, you know, like a prickling sensation. Oh man, let's see. And you know, I like the idea that he didn't experience grief at first because he thought he was just gonna clone his daughter instead of finding a medical cure because the doctors couldn't figure out what was the source of her disease. So he's like, you know, I know how to do clones and bioengineering, so I'm just gonna make another copy of my daughter with her memories preserved. But even when the clone had the memories of his daughter and the likeness and the DNA gene expression, she was obviously a different person, which ties into the concept of the kokoro, or heart, which is part of what makes you you in this life. That wouldn't make you you in the next life. And you know, Kingdom Hearts delves into that territory a lot with, you know, what makes a person a person. Yeah, I prefer quick draw over whatever fucking this lady has going on. Tio. I just need to like boom motherfuckers. Boom, bitch. I assume these are like the warm waters. Like this place seems completely... Toss the needles, like, what type of ninja shit is this? 14 new materials. That might have me set up for like the rest of the game. I ain't gonna front with you. Python head, salmon. What do you got, man? What do you got that's like... Seek the known only to the dazzling ones. Oasis of pristine water. Teal described it as warm, but it was like pristine. Known only to the dazzling one. This shit's gonna go over my head, and then I'm gonna like figure it out later on, but...
ま、こんなもんかな。
Catfish. So I caught 2 of them motherfuckers. I don't know, when I first thought of like pristine waters, that's what came to my mind. But I'm probably not thinking outside the box enough. Pristine water. Maybe it's gotta be like within the city walls, like Harbor District. Oasis, known only to the death. I feel like there's like a waterfall puzzle. What ended up confusing me was what Tio said about like warm water. That's what kind of lured me over here. Oasis. An oasis makes me think of maybe known only to the dazzling ones. Like sneezing right now, to be honest. Oh shit.
Mishelam にあるホテルなんざ。
それでも今のどうするロイド。もう水上バス。
そうだな。一度ミシュラムに頻繁に出て。
そうね。買い物や。
そんじゃま。
Not gonna catch me tripping like that. They gave us an easy one at first, so I'm not gonna hold them to that, but this is where like how something is written becomes a complication. Seek the oasis of pristine water known only to the dazzling ones. Who would the dazzling ones be? Ah, fuck. Trying to think. My brain is not accessing its memory banks. Names. Pristine waters, warm waters. I mean, this is a place of like high affluence, so maybe Probably looking into it in all sorts of wrong ways. Alright. Alright, cool. Check for early times. See, is this it? Audio.
しゃかかってこい。
ちょろいぜ。任せろ。よし、やっと。
はい、へい。お返しです。
ちょろいぜ。
負けられない。任せてくれ。そう。
私の番。へい。
任せ。
俺の番だ。やった。
私のそこです。
俺の番だ。ちょろいぜ。
行くぞ。
もらったぜ。
よっしゃぜ。
私の番。そこ。私の番。へい。
俺の番。ま、こんなもんかね。
みんな立て直すぞ。
おっしゃぜ。おととい来やがれってな。
ここなら釣れそうだ。 ここなら釣れそうだな。ここなら釣れそうだ。それ。まずまずかな。 行くぞ行こう。まだまだいける。ここなら連れ。
Now, how did I figure that out? Alright, I had to unmute the microphone after that. I think you guys missed out on quite a bit of commentary, but none of it was particularly interesting. I just had to say that with the lettering code or the number code, I thought it was numbers that looked like letters, but no, it was just like, take whatever number has its corresponding letter in the alphabet and just use that. So I figured out it was Ignis by that. I thought it was going to be like when you use a calculator and you make certain numbers look like letters on a digital space, but turn it around, flip it, and then it'll look like the set of letters that you needed it to be. That wasn't the case at all. So I gotta look for a white falcon. They kind of spelled it out for you ever boning a place where time is carried away. Stargazer's Tower, but that would have to be the first thing that came to mind when I saw the word Ignis was, that's it, I have a new recipe. Let's see. I believe Stargazer's Tower is around here, and that's going to be my target destination. A place where time rests. I can only think of like this area. No, so far I keep looking for areas outside of the city itself, which I'm thinking is actually kind of silly. You know, a place where time rests. I can only think of Stargazer's Tower, where space-time seems to be distorted in a way. Phantom Thief B seems to enjoy being around the city, so I'm looking into it a bit too deeply. A place where I can find a white falcon. The entrance leading to the White Falcon. A place where time is carried away. A place where time is carried away. I would think that would be a casino. Some place where you can be enthralled. Let me check if my audio is working, because muting and unmuting can be tricky. Yep, there you go. This guy was tight as hell. Place where time is carried away. And it's got to be an entrance. So let's see. You'd think of time being carried away, you'd think of leisure. So let's go to the entertainment district. This one doesn't have the image of a white falcon in the entrance. place where time is carried away. White falcon. Time is carried away. Let me think about all of this for a second. Where's another place where time would be carried away? I was thinking entertainment district. What about the hotels, actually? Going back to like entertainment D. Okay, that was an ornate statue, but it's not a white falcon. Erebonia. I mean, Liberal. Alright, let's see. This guy sure is intense when he speaks. Alright, let's check all of this out. I gotta put my head into this white falcon. So I think white falcon, and it has to be local. What place is deeply connected to Liberal? See, this one has a deer, and whatever that thing is, it's like a goddess praying. No, the dazzling ones. Just going back to that one. Oasis, pristine water. Entrance leading to the White Falcon. A place where time is carried away. Time is carried away. I gotta think about this logically. Place where time is carried away. Mason, Melda. Let's see. It'll be fitting if these guys. I ain't gotta tell you shit. I like that mindset. Bunch of wealthy dudes hanging out with some young hood guys. That's pretty funny. Grown wealthy men. Let's see. Place or time. Is carried away. So it doesn't stand still.
Guys, I'll see you.
Alright, take care. Where would time be carried away? Besides a casino. A library, maybe. Well, let's go to the department store first. Alright, let's see. Let me think about this shit. Oh, you know what? That one has a clock motif as well. So, entrance leading to a clock tower. White Falcon, I mean. The entrance, so let me see. So shopping spree. Locate the entrance leading to the white plane. Place where time is carried away. Locate the entrance leading to it. Another TikTok notification, man. Y'all be getting me tight with that. To the White Falcon place. These whack ass accessories, let's see. Shit. Some of those are actually pretty good. Let's see. Those. Might be good for like speed and agility. I guess if I need to blitz some characters, I'll know to come over here. Place for... Well, now I'm gonna check the library, because library is a place where time can get carried away if you're lost in a book. You see, like, this guy lost track of time. Any like Falcon? Where's the receptionist here, man? That's what I'm curious about. Place where time gets carried away. It's not gonna be at a bakery. So where else can it be? Alright, let's see. Jaeger Corps, Holy City, 100 Days War. Feels like, let's see, entrance leading to the White Falcon. Let's go to W section. S. So we don't got W's here. It's just like real life. Just misses, no hits. Place where time gets carried. See, I see a on that. No, that's not a White Falcon though. That's like a... What bird is that? The backdrop is white, but the falcon itself is blue. I'm seeing white and a falcon, but it's not a white falcon. It's a white and a falcon. Alright, let's see what they got up in here. Oh man. Oh. Place for times. Search for the next key. Locate the entrance leading to the White Falcon. Should I take my L? Or is this one of those I'll get it eventually things? So who cares? Alright. Search for the entrance to the White Falcon. Locate the entrance leading to the White Falcon. Place where time is carried away. I gotta find an entrance somewhere around here then. Well, based on the dialogue, it seems that everyone was like dead set on it being related to the Bracer, not the Bracer Guild, but Liberal. So y'all want me to go south then? Yo, I'm getting now. Oh, I might have actually gotten my answer. Based on the fact that like one of the NPCs is like around here that you can talk to and get like a new dialogue, but it only opens in this quest. Alright, so that one I used the guide to figure it out, but not like the guide telling me where it is, but just deductive based off of other information the guide mentions, like NPC dialogue and how it is opened up. Mark of Splendid Correspondence. Detective 111192. Oh, Arios is here. Principality of Remiferia, where medicine is high-tuned, and I think Akatsuki no is a thing for that one. Okay, so a place where information gets conveyed. Well, the only place I can really think of is a library, so... Or City Hall. 111192. Information is now information is conveyed could also mean like the media. So before I stick around the library too long, let me actually 1192. Oh, I only got in there because of high speed mode. Okay, so I figured it out. In the city of Gray, visit the elegant abode of the elder. It's elder who arbitrates. That could be Grimwood, or that could be this lady's, Ellie's, like, grandfather's crib. Based on Ellie's reaction, I'm gonna go with it being personal to her, so fuck it though. That's what I'm gonna do. So which one of these places is her crib? That's where one of the girls had like a cat, so... Alright. Elder who arbitrates. I would think it would be Grimwood, because law, but if he's a legal firm, he's not really arbitrating, he's just giving people advice. You know, I haven't fought Phantom Thief B in a long time. Not since Cold Steel 2, so I'm looking forward to it. I kind of like the idea that Phantom Thief B is just like the most chill and wholesome guy in the fucking Ouroboros gang. In my case, like, this is a 2-hour stream, so I took my sweet ass time figuring out some of that shit. I mean, at least I didn't fold and look up online how to figure all this stuff out. I did it using my own noggin, but... Sagittarius gem. Okay, cool. Okay, I guess I'll turn that in. The closest thing to one that I actually needed external help with was when I realized, oh shit, there was that thing in the guide that talked about the airport being opened up later on, and everyone was talking about Liberl. Well, how do you get to Liberl from an airport? So that's how I put two and two together. So really what it came down to is, how would I get to Liberl? Like, I can't get to it from heading southwards. You know, all of that information kind of just came together and helped me think, okay, well, I gotta take an airport there. Because the only nations I can go to on foot, you know, if I get past border patrol here, Zerabonia and Calvard. That's about it. Let me turn in this quest and we can proceed with the main story. There's actually a hidden quest. Alright. She go be in her fucking PJs.
よー、彼氏たち、ちょいと尋ねたいんだけど。ええ、いいで観光客の方みたいですけど。ああ、この町ちょっと広くそんでさ、ミシュラムってば。なあ、こっちで俺たちもちょうど。お、ビンゴだったか。そんじゃ、俺も並ばせてもらおうかね。
It's Lecter, man.
あった。名乗り忘れてたな。
His getup when he's a tourist is so fucking weird. I mean, his regular getup is also kind of weird too. But his vibe is just way off here. Like, the way he is in Cold Steel versus the way he is here. Two completely different characters.
Oh, それにしちゃなかなか生かした格好してんな。サングラスなんざかけてもろにバカンスしよう。
おお、クロスベルっていや最近リゾートでも言う。豪にいれば豪に従え。これでも気合い入れてきたんだぜ。
気合を入れる方向が間違って、やっぱりテーマパーク目当て。
テーマパークなんだそりゃ。そんな面白いもんがミシュラムにはあんのか。ええ、まあ俺も行ったことないですけど。
I like that parallel between him and Tio with that.
保養地でしたけれど、最近ではそちらの方が有名ですね。
へえ。
I need a refresher on his backstory because I remember it being kind of interesting when I was playing Cold Steel 4, streaming that shit.
今回はただの代理として出席しに来ただけだからな。もうちょい色々と調べてから来りゃよかったかもな。
The thing is, so many of the Iron Bloods have the same backstory that it's kind of tricky with it.
代理として出席。あ、 たみたいだな。なかなか生かす船では。早速俺様は甲板席の最前すんじゃ。
なんだかランディをさらにチャランポランにしたような人だったわね。
どういう意味だ。俺はあそこまで遊び人って感じじゃねえだろ。
十分遊び人風かと思いますけど。
ま、同じ遊び人でも全然違うタイプかもね。ランディみたいに夜遊びとナンパが趣味っていうより妙にフリーダムな感じというか。
おお分かってんじゃねえか。俺と同じくらいの年みてえだが、一人で何し。
あら奇遇ね。
Claire's backstory I have deeply remembered because, just like me, she has like a music background.
キリカさんじゃないっすか。
おとといはどうも。ここにいるということはあなたたちもミシュランの。
ええ、キリカさんもですか。
仕事半分観光半分ね。それより今の派手な格好をした子はあなたたちのお友達かしら。いえ、先ほど知り合ったばかりで。何でもエルボニアの帝都から観光。帝都かな。なるほどね。
ひょっとしてお知り合いです。
ねえ、ユニークそうなオーラをまとっていたから。それではお先に。あなたたちも早く乗りなさい。
いやー、相変わらずクールで素敵だ。
仕事半分って言ってたけど、やっぱりテーマパークが
芸能関係の仕事ならその可能性が高い。出航する。
ああ、俺たちも乗ろう。
These guys got no sense of urgency.
水上バスか。初めて乗ったけど結構豪華な内装だな。
Yeah, the ride to get to Ellis Island is nowhere nearly as nice as this.
バスと違って IBC が全面
I
的
got no
に運営
girls,
しているか
so
ら
I got no.
乗船料も基本的にタダだしね。とっぱらですね。
ミラを持ってないと行った先で何もできねえけどな。到着まで20分くらい。
僕らの前には楽園が待っている。さてを通って波打ち際に走り出そう。白いボートであの 島目指そう魅惑の日焼けアートパラソルや白きかき氷君がいる場所そこが僕の楽園なんかめちゃめちゃ
しかも妙にうまいってのが逆にいい。
おう青春は爆発だからな。旅先で歌を奏でるのはどこぞの王子の1000倍特許じゃないんだ。
意味不明のレクターさんはミシュラムにどういうテーマパーク目当てではないみたいですけど。
ああ、さっきも言ったように代理として来ただけなんだよな。食えない中年親父の代わりなんだけどよ。食えない中年親父
I hate how much of a dork they made him in the Cold Steel games. Like, if this was my first impression of him, I've probably gotten more into the character. But as he is, he's just like Milliam's OG. That's all I see him as.
名前くらいは知ってるんじゃないか。ギリアス・オズボーンっていう食えない親父なんだが。
And like Gilead Osborne's like left-hand man, his left nut. Or right nut.
やっぱ知ってるか。あの親父押し出しだけはいや丁寧にヒゲの手入れなんざしてバラの似合うカリスマ美中年でも気取ってる。エレベリア帝国
通称鉄血宰相。まさか帝国政府の方だったんですか。
俺はただの二等初期か。クロスベルのトップの一人でハルドマンって去年そいつとギリアスのおっさんが極秘裏にと言ってもバレバレだけどそのパイプのつなぎとしていやー宮遣いは大変だぜ。そうだったんですって。そんなことまでどうせあんたら今この水上バスに俺の部下多分片手の指じゃ足りないんじゃねえかな。
何の目的罠ですか。
いやーいい反応だ。こんな手に引っかかるなんてなかなか純朴だな。
Okay, that shit's funny.
いやーなんつうかクロスベルに来るまでの間列車の中で読んだスパイそんなに反応してくれるとは。もしかして律儀にネタにつき
真に迫っていたので
あまりに反応がいいんでさすがにそんなスパイ小説みたいな話そんなわけないじゃないですかって。
それではあなたも。
ああそのつもりだ。ちなみに俺が鉄血最小の俺はただ帝国貴族の都合がつかなくなった親父の代理でオークションに出席するつもりなのさ。
そうでしたか。
悪いけどその格好といい。
おいお嬢さんたちはともかくあんたら野郎どもだって
ですが私改めて会場で顔を合わせることもある
あんたら面白いしそん時は声でもかけてくる。親父どもの相手をするのにうんざりしてそうだしな。わかりました。それでは今夜おうよろしく。
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like look it up, have it refresh my memories. Because I remember his backstory being kind of interesting.
ミシュラムなかなか興味深い場所ね。もう少し時間があったらテーマパークにも寄りたいんだけど。
テーマパークに用があるんじゃない？
野暮用があってね。まあクロスベルに来るのはこれで最後ではないです。またの機会にゆっくり訪ねるわ。
I like her heterochromia. Is that heterochromia?
ぜひそうされてください。
そういえばアルカンシェルの新作は確か昨日見たんですよね。
ええ、夜の分ね。
Or am I getting like an eye condition?
舞台を見てきたつもりだけど。
Maybe I should get up and try to see myself. No, it's not heterochromia.
あんな奇跡的なバランスで成立しているステージは
奇跡的なバランス。
脚本、演出、衣装、音楽、 そして派手な舞台装置にどれも極めて質は高いけれど、他の名だたる劇場といってもイリア・プラティ、彼女の存在が核となって個々の要素が有機的にまるで生命の誕生に立ち会った気分にさせ。なるほど、
生命の誕生、まさに奇跡かもしれません。
いやー、さすが芸能プロデューサー。言われてみれば確かにその通りす。
ただ今回の新作については、
リシア
月の姫演じる大型新人リーシャ・マオ、死の気配を漂わせる彼女の存在が舞台をさらに高みを。
リーシャか。
死の気配、
あくまで私の直感だけどね。太陽と月、金と銀、光と闇、そして生と死。彼女とイリア・プラティは見事なまでにまさに陰陽対極を2人で体現している。
引用、
確か東方武術で使われてる。
別に武術限定ではないけれど、ただ彼女たちが出会ったのはまさに運命的な偶然でしょ。そしてそれを導いたのがクロスベルという都市が持っている。そんな風に言えるかもしれない。
運命の導くか。
難しい話ですけど、なんとなくわかるような気もします。
まあそんなに真剣に捉えな。ただアルカンシェルの魅力はクロスベルという都市、その辺りに注意しないと自治州以外での公演。
では共和国でも。
いえ、それはもったいないわ。クロスベル以外でもアルカンシェルの魅力を引き出す方法はあるはず。今後の交渉にあたってはその辺りのプランニングが口説く鍵になるでしょう。
なるほど。
すごいっすね。
これでもプロだから、自分なりに本質を見抜き、あるべき目標と状況をどのような仕事であれ、それがプロの流儀。
プロの流儀。
私たちにとって。
Now, Keelika, comparatively speaking, is a much more simple character, like her backstory and shit like that. But let me look up Lecter's backstory just to get refreshed on it, because I forgot we see him in this game. I thought we'd see him in the sequel more likely. Okay, let's see. Let's see, a couple of days. Oh, that's what, it's all coming together now. He's connected all that shit. I was like, yo, why was he like a hardworking dude? It all came together. I get it now. Alright, let me get that big screen. There you go.
こがミシュランか。なんていうか想像以上にゴージャスそうな場所だな。
もともと高級保養地だったところにアイビーホテルとテーマパークができたのは、以来アルカーシェルとが正面にあるのはホテルで、1階がレストラン、ブティック。
どこもバカ高で、俺も前にデートでテーマパークとレストラン、それで。
そうだな。まずはオークション会場の周辺の様子を。ハルトマンの議長邸だったな。
アーケードを左に抜けた先に議長邸はその。
分かった。それ以外にもあのネクターって人みたい
ですね。そういえば随分怪しい言動だったけど、本当に帝国貴族。
さてな、鉄血最小の代理って話と同じく。
ただああいう怪しい人間もシュバルツオークション。いや
Alright.
ここなら釣れそうだな。
To Mishelam and to Fishelam.
それ。
How did I get a carp?
よしゲットだ。それ。まずまずかな。それ。よしゲットだ。それ。よーし大物だ。それ。まこんなもんかな。それ。まこんなもんかな。
Okay, that was another carp.
まこんなもんかな。
Oh, but American carp, I guess, ain't the same thing. It's too bad. Finishing mini games in these Nihon Falcon games tends to be like really enjoyable. Again, Final Fantasy 15's fishing minigame I didn't really like all that much because it felt too Zelda N64-esque. I don't like how that game goes about these things. I'm getting Cold Steel 4 vibes being up in here. Well, let me save, just in case. Like, my name is just in case, because there is a side quest around here that I want to get wrapped up. Everyone's looking at Kilika like she's sus as shit. I'm actually kind of curious. Let me see something real quick. Any recipes with this? Let me see. Shrimp plus fitty. Moonlit butterflies. Revive and restore. I'll cop 2 of those. Oh, that was snack time. You almost ruined this guy's life, motherfucker. Let me talk to her. This guy better thank me, cause I'm about to like make sure he gets that that super sucker. Yeah, but this is the last place that you guys went to, so maybe the restaurant. I'll talk to him. What the fuck? Alright. Okay, so I thought it'd be found in the restaurant, but I guess not. Platinum. That's crazy.
まあ実際観覧車にホラーハウスにおとぎ話に出てくるような中世の城までなんか
IBC が観光の目玉としてオープンさせた施設だから気合いが。私もベルに誘われて一度入ったことがあるけど
あまり時間は取れないけど、ちょっと中を覗いてみるか。
遊びに来たわけで入場料も
まあ確かに今から入った
今度お休み、それこそ午前中から。はい。
That ain't my ring. That's above my pay grade. Alright, let's see. Hotel. This isn't like a side quest with bonus points at least, so I don't gotta think about that shit. Gotta shop till I drop. Okay, exchange. I'm gonna.
あれ
あれがすごいな。
まあクロスベルでは昔からのあの屋敷も100年近く前。
それにして帝国の大貴族じゃねえんだ
It reminds me of that town in Final Fantasy XI, Juno.
あんな場所を使って開かれるという相当大規模な。
The one with all them embassies, and that's like a neutral.
警備のだが今年は招待カードを持ったやつ承知若頭俺は何しろそういえば例の人今回の目がまあいいくれぐはいお疲れさ
出やがったあのさも
確かガルシアという元傭兵の若頭さんでしたね。
Let me see if that was the name of the town. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I was right on that. I mean, I had Final Fantasy XI in my head religiously, so if I start memory there, it's not going to take me much to get it all back. Yeah, but this reminds me of Juno OD.
俺たちも結構連中に面が割れちまう。
何か手立てを講じる必要。
とりあえずここで連中に見つかったら元も子もなく。
そうね。見つけた。
ね。今のすまん。
ボイド君どうしたの？
いや。ごめん。気のせいだったの。
よくわからんが。
I like the PSP text on that one. Anyway. Should be listening to that like pop music, man. That pop music be teaching women to just randomly say, "Hey, yo, if you want to get in this coochie, man, you got to do this, that, and the third."
この先は
どうやら封鎖どうやらこの先
Notice it's in like all cultures, because like even Chinese music that's like must be like super censored has those like songs with those themes marketed to women.
こちらの方にも何か作られるのかもしれない。
やれやれ豪勢なこった
So I guess it transcends races, but doesn't transcend the modern era. It's
今は用はなさそうだ。
useful propaganda. I know I'm comparing it to music, but this ain't really music.
やっぱりオークション会場に
確かにチェック
そもそも身元を照合確かにそのあたり
まいずれにしてもレストランは
なら上のホテルに空室この時期で
まひょっとしたらキャンフロントで聞く
そうだな。
I mean, this side quest is all about finding shinies, so... Pearl ring was in his engagement ring. He didn't go to anybody else's crib to smash. Restaurant Fortuna. Jewelry shop. I may have my way back here. Maybe dropped it. Well, it would go against his testimony if he actually like dropped it around here. But it's usually common for people to give inaccurate testimonies. Alright, someone stole my watch. South America. Yeah, that jewelry store is gonna get shot up, man. So I searched one of these boutiques. Let me see. Let me look at see what the sequence trigger is, so I don't accidentally like start it. The hotel has any open rooms? Oh, you know, these stalls might actually like have sitting Mishi. Gotta look for a shiny somewhere. Alright, let's see. I'm just looking for a drop. Yeah, I think it's gonna come down to speaking to the wife at this point, because I got 2 of the ones that were just hanging through.
いらっしゃいませ。ひょっとして。はい、実は先ほど。仕方ねえか話をする。
そうだお困りみたいだね。
これはまずさ
ま。なんだか部屋が取れなくてゆっくり話ができる場所が。ああ、だったら話が僕の部屋を提供。
おいおい。
こっちだよ。
I actually really don't want to like follow his abode.
あからさまに怪しげな格好をして。
つうかどうして不良グループのリーダーが。
まあ知らないやとにかく行ってみよう。
So they toured a bunch of places. The jewelry place kicked him the fuck out. That place is gonna get burned to the ground, because if you got people like standing outside, like mad as fuck that he can't get into a place, then you're basically inciting a fucking riot. Not that I'm personally salty about it, because I understand the security of that place, but from my experience of seeing how these things start, it's usually some shit like that. What if the shine on this is like messing with it? See, I didn't see that before. Lakeshore. Okay, you know how it is. Banana, banana. Alright. Is he gonna still be in the hotel room or not? How would you fucking drop it? You are uncoordinated as shit. That's coming from me. Well, at least I got some clout. Just a little bit of baby clout. So I think that about does it for tonight. Let me look at the time. Yeah, it's almost 3 hours. Let me check my text messages. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing the rest of chapter 3. I could do it tonight, but I feel like it's gonna be an hour or two of just straight static and exposition and things of that nature, so I'd rather study up and do it when I'm a little more free. And shortly after we can get started on the intermission or interlude actually. This has been your boy Mr. Waka 7. Thank you guys for watching, and Ukse Ime Ekate.